Hi guys, Going Green Mom here with another Foodie Friday. I've got a bit of roast here at the beginning for you, and then the main show-stopping event, sweet and hot Brussels sprouts. So this is a rolled rump roast. I did cook it in the cast iron Dutch oven in a regular oven at 350 for about 3 hours. I did cook it from frozen, but it's still probably not the best option if you are having trouble getting your histamine symptoms under control. But I was craving roast. So I tossed on some herbs that I figured were likely to help out with some of those things, and decided I would deal with the symptoms if I had them. And I didn't really have any issues. Obviously, I didn't eat the whole thing, but I didn't notice any problems. And like I said, I did cook it from frozen, so that may have helped some as well. My daughter did figure out she should probably have pushed her sleeves up for this project, where she was taste testing it. We do like fall apart tender roasts, and it was not that. But we had our sweet and hot Brussels sprouts, and I'm just starting with a quarter-size sheet pan and parchment paper that is unbleached and compostable. So, and that's mainly for easy cleanup. I guess if you really want to have some scrubbing to do, you wouldn't need to. I like to make my life easier because cleaning dishes is not really my number one task. So anyway, I've got this bag of Brussels sprouts, and it's probably about a pound. It's the ones that you can get at Aldi's. Whatever Brussels sprouts you have, go for it. If I can ever get any to grow, I will probably be doing this recipe more in the fall. Now, I got this recipe from my chiropractor this week when I was in there, and she said to have them, but when I opened this bag, they were huge. Like, I don't think I have ever seen Brussels sprouts this gigantic before. So to keep them bite-sized, I went ahead and quartered them, and that was still a good size bite. And I am just taking the outer leaves off to make sure any dirt, bugs, or chemicals are off. And then they are going on the counter next to me, and I'll take them out to compost later. And I'm just tossing these on the cookie sheet for safekeeping. I suppose if you wanted to wash another dish, you could do that in a bowl, but whatever you want to do is fine. I just don't like a whole lot of dishes. So I'm just cleaning up my workspace here, and then I am going to drizzle these with oil, salt, and pepper, and throw them in the oven. Now I am using about a 1/4 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt, and I think it was avocado oil, because as far as cooking goes, I'm okay with olive oil and avocado oil, but the olive oil tends to be a much stronger taste to me. So the avocado oil doesn't take away from whatever it is that I'm eating. And then I am going to toss these in the oven. I did 375, mainly because I was worried about burning them now that I made them a bit smaller. I think my chiropractor said 400. They would have gotten a little crispier at 400, but they turned out just fine in the 15 minutes that she said to cook them at 375. So I am just drizzling them with some honey. And it's honey that's crystallized, which is why I'm having some trouble with it. And then I'm going to sprinkle them with red pepper flakes. If you are pressurizing nightshades to deal with those issues, probably not the best idea to put red pepper flakes in here unless you have figured out a way to pressurize them. otherwise. Although I guess I could actually try doing like a honey pepper flake thing in a closed container and see if that would work. That might be a good idea. Anyway, neither here nor there for this time. I just drizzled it with honey and sprinkled them with red pepper flakes on the off chance that it would be fine. And since my histamine bucket has been fairly low, it was fine. And if you don't have an issue with nightshades, it probably wouldn't be an issue anyway. However, the red pepper flakes are not a deal breaker. If you wanted to add something a little bit spicy, you could probably add some more black pepper and it would be just as yummy. These then went back in the oven for 5 minutes.
Supper's ready.